going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 32-yard line. Now a timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. The Chiefs have got the passing game rolling a bit and another first down. Mahomes now to throw. Looking middle, and that's complete. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes. And in for the Chiefs touchdown. Russell Gage, an 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Chiefs will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point by Butker is on target, and that makes it a 17-10 score. After the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. The do-it-all weapon, Cordero Patterson, coming back out. They're behind in the first half here, CD, but it's not through any fault of their running back. He's had a strong start to this one.
And you're right about that, partner, because watching him play, you would think that his team is in the lead. He has been a lot of fun in this contest. Now let's see if they can actually make something happen, put more points on the board behind his efforts.
Yeah, I'm curious to see, Charles, if they can play complementary football and get that passing game going as well. Here's Patterson again. And the window closes quickly. He'll only get up to the 22-yard line. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half.
Here we go. Here we go.
They'll try and throw for it here. Oh, he's got his tight end pitch complete. And he is going to have a Falcons first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. He'll look to throw. That's going to be caught by Pitts. Oh, he's brought down. And remember here, no timeouts left. They got to get to the line quick. So we've reached one of the greatest performances of the year usually, but not here. Halftime of the Super Bowl is skipped, and we are on to the second half. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. These two teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in the Super Bowl. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. And the Falcons ready to go back to work to start the third quarter. And they trail here in the Super Bowl, but fortunately for them, Charles, very much still within striking range.
Yeah, things didn't go exactly the way they planned in the first half. To me, they appeared to be a little bit tight, maybe as they normally wouldn't. But, of course, this is the Super Bowl, so things get a little bit heightened in that regard. But I think they have to feel a little fortunate. They're only down what they are here starting the third quarter.
And quickly, they get to the line. Third down, here's Patterson. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. So again from the 39, this time from the other side of the field. Here's 1st and 10. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. give to Patterson. And a short gain down to about the 33.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
Room here to run. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. Algier hammering for the goal line. He loses the football, and it's picked up by the Chiefs. He's at the 50, 30, 20. And he has brought this one back. A fumble recovery for a Chiefs touchdown. So that's about as fortuitous of a bounce as you're going to find as it's scooped up and taken in for the touchdown.
And I love how you use the word fortuitous there, because as that popped up, he just happened to be in the right place, grabbed it, and found his way into the end zone.
And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. And that last possession, really a gut punch. You seemingly had it working. You were in the midst of a very strong drive, then suddenly the fumble, and you're watching the back of a defender's jersey as he brings it all the way in the other direction.
There's not much more I can add to that. I thought you summarized it perfectly, partner. You just got to regroup and start putting another drive together. That's all you can.
No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. And it's picked up by the Chiefs. And this drive will start on the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. First and 10, it's Edwards-Helaire with it. And he's going to push his way down to about the 12. 3 yards remain for second down. Mahomes on the give to Edwards-Helaire. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Calling no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a third and about 3 to go. Mahomes going to throw. To the sideline, and that's well done. Able to drag the feet. He's going to have the first down. A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks. Edwards-Helaire is not going anywhere. He'll be hit and dropped for no gain at the 2-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City. Ben Mason taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Chiefs will extend their third-quarter lead here in this Super Bowl. Extra point by Butker is on target. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And as you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, usually not much else is working either.
You're exactly right about that, partner. And I know that right now the easy answer would be, hey, let's run the football. But that might not be everything you need. So despite the fact that they've struggled throwing it, they've got to find some type of a play, multiple plays, that puts the ball in the air and allows for them to have some success.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Mariota now, forced out to his left. He'll get just a yard on the scramble at second down.
I'm not quite sure what he thought he saw there, but the reality was certainly a much different picture than what he anticipated. And give credit to the defense. They were down on the flash when he broke out of there, and they forced him out with almost nothing to show for his efforts.
And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be third down.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down.
On third down, Mariota. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's fourth down. Now Mariota on fourth down. Buying time to his left. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down.
We are through 3 quarters of play here from Allegiant. And we're back in the Super Bowl. Time to decide who gets to hoist that Lombardi trophy as we begin the 4th and final quarter of action.
Airing it out, looking for Ridley. And this is going to be...
It's the home of the Super Bowl, and this historic matchup is brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Falcons and the reigning AFC champs, and it's coming up next.
This fielded right at the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
So here come the Falcons now to get the football for the first time. And they will be led out by their second-year quarterback. They're going to start the drive here on the ground with Patterson. And he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line.
From the 28, it's 2nd and 5. Again, Patterson.
A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And the Chiefs are going to get him.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Now, the #1 mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry. Straight ahead, Patterson.
And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39.
Patterson, he'll try it up the middle.
And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40.
They'll go. It's Patterson.
And boy, is he close. Did he get there? No, they're going to say he's short of the line to gain.
Time to see what Patrick Mahomes can do here with his first possession. The quarterback out at Texas Tech getting set to lead this KC Chiefs offense.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And this one caught by Travis Kelce. Fighting through it, he's got space. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
Now a toss left side for Edwards-Helaire.
And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. Now Mahomes.
The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
That's a really nice job there by the coverage, understanding that they're in a high-stakes situation. If he doesn't make a play on that ball, there's an excellent chance it ends up either as a touchdown or as a nice gain downfield.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Isaiah Oliver with the INT. And they will finally bring this run back to an end, but not before he's down inside the 5-yard line at the 4.
And that felt like a little extra pressure on that 3rd down attempt, and their mistake cost them points because they're inside the red zone. So you know you've got at least a field goal waiting for you. And in this case, they end up with nothing.
So for the second time in this one, we get set to see the Falcons offense. And now they are in prime position, first and goal after the interception and return. They'll look to make it pay off for 6 points. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. One more time with Patterson. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on third, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I don't think...
And he will fight his way into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. With a first touchdown of the Super Bowl, and a long one at that. And the Falcons are on the board first here in this Super Bowl. Koo able to connect on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. The drive there only spanning 3 plays, and it ends with a 3-yard scoring run.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
Kansas City taking the field for their second drive. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 to score as they start first and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. They'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I'm thinking the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Open man right side is Smith-Schuster, complete. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 2.
Edwards-Helaire, they'll try to run for it.
Given 15 yards on that one. Kansas City has a first down.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. If the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
Right back to Edwards-Helaire on first down.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
That brings us to the end of one in Super Bowl 58. Much more to come. And we are back and ready to go for the second quarter of the Super Bowl. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis, as always, thrilled to be with you. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. On second down, a run.
And a loose football. And the Falcons grab it. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
First and 10, it's Patterson. And good work there in open space. He's got this all the way down now to the 32. Running the counter, Patterson.
He'll get it to the 23-yard line.
70 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this first half. On second, here's Algier.
That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on second down and short. What I'd like to see?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. This from 54 yards away. And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. And that will extend their lead even further. So able to add on to their first half lead here, Charles, forcing the miscue with a fumble and then turning that into 3 points.
Yeah, and more than happy to accept any mistakes the other side is willing to make. No problem. You turn it over, we'll take that, and we'll use it to expand our lead.
And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. And Kansas City's offense now set, ready to go. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. Oh, he's trying for Smith-Schuster, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Casey Hayward. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll try and start this drive in the air. That's into the hands of Pitts, the tight end. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. Patterson running between the tackles. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks, allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big...
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Reed. And the Chiefs force the turnover, and they'll take over at the 10. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
A lot of incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. It certainly seems like a reflection of what we've seen so far in this game. The defense, quicker to the punch so far. Let's see if they can get something going here on 3rd down.
And he's going to have the hook up to Gage. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards to play.
3rd and long always tilts to the defense. And I just remember as a player how many times it was hammered into my head. Know where the sticks are and get him down in front of it. But sometimes what happens is you worry about where that is much more than the person who has the ball. And on that play, they didn't have enough focus on him. And somehow he turned a short pass into a 1st down.
2 minutes on the clock in the 2nd quarter of this Super Bowl. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth.
Yeah.
And Mahomes misfires again, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Casey Hayward. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown. What a moment for him, a pick 6 in the Super Bowl. You think about some of the big pick 6s over the history of this huge game. I remember, because I was watching with a lot of Colts fans, Tracy Porter picking Peyton Manning to get the Saints' first title.
Yeah, that would pretty much sealed the deal for New Orleans as well. But I got to go back a ways because, you know, unfortunately I'm considerably older. Herb Adderley, the Green Bay Packers, got it all started. The first pick 6, Super Bowl II against the Oakland Raiders, and some of the better ones that were out there. You might remember Dwight Smith of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers had 2 in one game when they won their Super Bowl championship against Rich Gannon in Oakland. You mentioned Tracy Porter already. How about James Harrison to the Steelers? You remember that one? 100 yards right before the half ended. That was a big-time play. But for me, the absolute classic, Willie Brown in slow motion against the Vikings for the Raiders. The grand old man, Willie Brown, 75 yards.
You recall them all, and what a play here. Another pick 6 in the Super Bowl. Now Mahomes to try again after the pick six. Man open, that's Marquez Valdes-Scantling. Now they got to get to the line quickly. Throwing on first down is Mahomes. Over the middle, hauled in by Smith-Schuster. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. To throw again on second down. Mahomes. And it's knocked away and incomplete. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Mahomes to throw once more. Caught. Kelsey, left side. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it'll be 4th down. Here's the Chiefs punter now.
Cordero Patterson deep for Atlanta.
This is taken at the 15.
A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return.
And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10.
And the Falcons going to get one more drive here in this first half. And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room.
And the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. They find some open field here. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
On first down, going back to Patterson.
And some room to work. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. So we've come upon halftime in the big one, the Super Bowl. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. What a season this has been. Hard to believe it ends tonight, as we'll get back to you guys for the second half of this Super Bowl in just a moment. Next, a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Falcons. And you'll see they've had success running the football. And that bodes well for their chances of lifting that Lombardi trophy. Meanwhile, for the Chiefs, there's a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And they'll need to get things in gear as they trail here at the break. Both teams making their final adjustments of the season during this long halftime break. Who will claim the Lombardi trophy? To find out, we go back to Brandon and Charles in Vegas for the second half of Super Bowl 58.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. These two teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in the Super Bowl.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
Here comes the Chiefs offensive unit as they'll have it to begin quarter number 3.
And right now, their chances of hoisting that Lombardi trophy not looking too great, but perhaps that long halftime, maybe it did them a world of good.
Well, if there's ever a chance to regroup, it's in this game, right? Because you do have that long halftime, a chance to really assess things and maybe make some changes and true adjustments. They played great all year long. That's the worst first half of the season for them. They're hoping to put it behind them and come out punching here in the second half.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Mahomes.
They'll set up the screen to Edwards-Helaire.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. That one good for 12 yards in a Kansas City first. Throwing now is Mahomes. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far at 2nd down.
A shotgun snap, and again to Edwards-Helaire.
And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Another modest gain there on that one, and I think, Charles, you can probably pin part of the deficit on a failure on their part to really get this ground game established.
Yeah, and they've really struggled to be multidimensional in this one, haven't they, partner? Because they have to be extremely one-dimensional now if they hope to get back into this game. They have to do it by throwing the football and hope to have success through the air.
Here's the Chiefs punter now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. Fielded at the 20. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
Here comes the Falcons offense. It's their first possession of the second half now.
Falcons 1st and 10 here as Ridder gets them ready.
At their own 28-yard line.
Now Patterson to start the drive.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
Now a second down and 6. On second down, a run with Patterson.
Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. Oh, it's a nickel set here defensively on 3rd and inches.
Still want to be prepared for a pass.
They'll run with Patterson.
And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. And they're going to hurry back to the line now.
Here's Patterson again.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And that's why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Dancing to his left.
Looking there for Pitts, but intercepted. Picked off by L'Jarius Sneed. And the Chiefs will take over possession here up at the 44. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They've not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Second down, back to Edwards-Helaire. And this one not going anywhere. They get him at the 44 for a gain of just a yard. 3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. And he'll look underneath here for Edwards-Helaire. And he gets this to the 48, but no further. Well short of the line to gain. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down. They just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
Our attention shifts back to Desmond Ridder in this offense.
Bottom line, he's got to figure things out. He's completed 3 passes, but 2 of them have been to the wrong team so far.
And when we talk about the best quarterbacks, we're usually talking about touchdown to interception ratio, aren't we? And 2 to 1 is acceptable, but the top line guys, 3 to 1 or better is what they're looking for. Now we're talking about interceptions versus completions. That's not a ratio should ever be in any discussion.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. He's got him in. Complete. Past the 20. Touchdown, Falcons.
CD, we have seen some great runs the last few times we've been together, but I think we can at least put this one in our top 5. That was a determined gallop there.
Yeah, and this is one of the best runs you'll see. A lot of times on these long touchdowns, you'll see he gets into the end zone untouched, but not here. He fought his way through contact, and it barely even registered, and he just continued down the field all the way to the end zone.
And you can see the distance traveled there after the initial contact on the next-gen stats. Cool for the extra point.
And the lead is now 24. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25.
And now here comes Kansas City.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move.
And he loses the football a second time, and the Falcons grab it. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second-half blowout material.
He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
Third quarter of the biggest spectacle in sport, the Super Bowl. Thanks for joining us, everybody. 2nd and 10. He's got his pass-catching tight end. That's Pitts.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. His second catch in the Super Bowl, and it's good enough for a first down.
Let's go.
Here's a give to Patterson.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Once more, they turn to Patterson.
And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Cordero Patterson, his second touchdown in this Super Bowl.
And the Falcons are starting to open things up here in this Super Bowl. A familiar refrain, a turnover leads to a touchdown, and that lead grows even wider now here in this third quarter.
Yeah, well, that's it. There are a lot of grins breaking out on that sideline because, let's face it, they came in thinking they were in for a real fight in this game, but this one's been about as one-sided as we've seen in a while. In addition, if you're a backup, time to start stretching and loosening up. You may get some playing time in this one.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here and maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
Mahomes finding Juju there for the Kansas City first.
Now here's Mahomes.
Now a swing pass. It's Edwards-Helaire.
Short completion, just 4 yards, and that'll bring up second down.
2nd and 6. They're 48-yard line.
Mahomes now to throw.
Finding Edwards-Helaire once again. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 43. Working from the gun, Mahomes.
Open man downfield, that's Smith-Schuster.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
2nd and 5 now. Mahomes toward the sideline, and he will have the first down as he was able to keep the feet in bounds.
They'll run with Edwards-Helaire.
And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. 2nd and goal from the 1. Looking to throw is Mahomes. eluding the pressure right. That's caught at the 2. And this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3. Calling a loss of 2 there on the play. And that will lead to a 3rd and goal. Mahomes taps this forward. It's a jet sweep. And he's going to take it into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Russell Gage from 3 yards out. And the Chiefs are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. And his kick is good, but flags come in. Looks like we're going to get a roughing call here on the follow-through. And that flag accepted. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And a good job here by the Falcons. Their hands team able to recover it. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
Very good starting field position for the Falcons offense as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. And look at this. They come right back with a big shot downfield. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory down at the 33.
Patterson, he'll try it up the middle. And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line. 177 yards rushing for him now as his big night continues. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. They'll go again with Patterson.
Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Straight ahead, Patterson.
And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. That leads us to a 1st and goal. It's a pickup of 8.
Britton, every great running backs coach I've talked with has always talked about when you have great vision, you're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves. You're just doing them. And I think that's what we're seeing tonight. He's about to run them into submission, hasn't he?
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to use that phrase. He had to run them into submission.
Wave the white flag.
Nothing on 1st down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, 4th quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
Only able to pick up a yard, and that's going to leave them with a long 4th and goal.
You know what? I know it's 4th down and they've got a big lead, but go for it.
Yeah, and why not, right? Because they have the big lead. But don't you have to have a little bit of admiration for these guys on the defensive side of the ball? They've been shoved around this entire game, and they're making a nice goal line stand here. It would be fun to see them stop them on 4th down, wouldn't it?
Yeah, but it's like putting whipped cream on broccoli at this point.
So what you're saying is they're going to go for it on 4th down. They're going to get it, aren't they?
I would.
He'll drop to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had the play call on 4th and goal, but it's dropped in the end zone. And the Chiefs defense comes up with a stop. So we were looking at each other up here in the booth when they went for that saying, oh, wow, talk about trying to add insult to injury.
Some teams are just like that. You know, some philosophies, some coaches are like, look, when I got a chance.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. So they will set up shop. Excellent field position in the red zone at the 19-yard line.
Well, these defensive coaches, they sure like what they've got in this rookie corner. And with good reason, as you saw there.
He only cost him a day 2 pick, and a lot of people thought he had first-round ability. But when he was available on draft night, that was one where you didn't need the full time to make the selection. You call that pick in early, and he shows why he was so coveted with that interception there.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. That one looks like he'll throw here. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock.
The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Now a final chance to stop it here as a timeout comes in with 10 seconds left in the game.
How about that, partner? His 2nd sack of the game, and that puts him in some pretty good company. 17 guys have had 2 sacks in the previous 52 Super Bowls, but only 3 have had the record number of 3 sacks in this game.
And we've got the list here. If he gets another one and everyone behaves nicely, we might just list those out for him. Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. And his kick is indeed good, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
Aku just hit the field goal. Now he kicks off. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And their Super Bowl hopes are dwindling here in the 4th. That AFC crown from 2 weeks ago starting to seem like a distant memory. And this one just has not gone as they had hoped.
Now one final throw here is incomplete, and that is how this one will come to an end. And it's over. The Lombardi Trophy belongs to the Falcons. Yes, the Atlanta Falcons are the Super Bowl champions. For the victors getting to hoist that Lombardi Trophy, you know, we've talked to guys that have done it, and they say there's no better feeling in sports.
I don't know how there can be. The journey to get to this game is incredible. And then to finally break